Congress has introduced legislation to reclaim the 21,000 diversity visas that were lost over the past several years. And movement in the September Visa Bulletin shows USCIS is trying to process as many employment-based green card applications as possible before the end of the fiscal year. Congressional Democrats recently introduced the Keeping Our Promise Act in an effort to restore the thousands of diversity visas that have been lost since 2017. And the September Visa Bulletin was released last week, showing movement in both the employment and family preference categories as we approach the end of the fiscal year. We're going to cover all the bases right now, so stay tuned to see how this video can affect your immigration case. Also, if this is your first time on my channel, please be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you're notified for my regular immigration news. Approximately 21,000 diversity visas have been lost during the travel and immigration bans that were implemented during the Trump administration. When President Biden took office, he rescinded these bars, but he did not include diversity visa selectees in the groups that were allowed to reapply for visas after the lifting of these bans. In response, Congresspersons Richie Torres and Judy Chu have introduced the Keeping Our Promises Act, which allows diversity visa selectees to still receive their visas even after the fiscal year has ended with the statutory cutoff. Under this bill, eligible diversity visa selectees would have an additional year to notify the U.S. government and proceed with their application, and they would remain eligible until they receive their visa. This bill would apply to individuals and their families who were selected for diversity visas in fiscal years 2017 through 2021. But were unable to schedule an interview due to bans or due to closures of consulates and embassies. In addition to this legislation, the House of Appropriations Committee has also approved 2 amendments in the 2022 Homeland Security Funding Bill, both of which aim to restore unused visas. Between the 3, chances are good one will pass, though it remains unclear when legislation is scheduled to be debated in Congress. If you would like to learn more about the Keeping Our Promises Act, I will include a link in the description below. By the way, I spent a lot of time making this video, so please like this video to support the growth of my channel. Okay, what kind of movement can we expect in the final visa bulletin of the fiscal year? USCIS is doing its best to use extra visa numbers for employment-based green cards by the end of September. So we saw decent movement in EB2 China as well as EB2 and EB3 India. USCIS has also recently announced that the Form I-693, called the Report of Medical Examination and Vaccination Record, will remain valid for 4 years instead of 2. This is being done to reduce the number of requests for evidence USCIS sends applicants, effectively speeding up processing times for I-485 applications. Regarding family dates, Charlie Oppenheimer recently forecasted that we would not see much movement in family-based categories going into fiscal year 2022. So let's take a look at the charts together, starting with the final action date chart for family-sponsored immigrants. In the F1 category, India, China, and all other chargeability areas advanced 9 days to December 1st, 2014. Mexico advanced 14 days to January 15th, 1999, and the Philippines had no movement, remaining at March 1st, 2012. For the F2A category, all other chargeability areas remain current. In F2B, there was no movement. In the F3 category, China, India, and all other chargeability areas advanced 14 days to November 22nd, 2008. Mexico advanced 23 days to May 15th, 1997, and the Philippines had no movement. F4 final action dates advanced 21 days for China and all other chargeability areas to March 22nd, 2007. India advanced 14 days to September 15th, 2005. Mexico advanced 17 days to February 8, 1999. And the Philippines advanced 14 days to August 22nd, 2002. Next, let's take a look at the family dates for filing chart. This is the adjustment of status filing chart that USCIS has instructed all family-sponsored preference categories to use, with the exception of the F2A category. Unfortunately, we saw very little movement across all categories and chargeability areas. So, I'm only going to cover those that changed. In the F2B category for Mexico, we saw an advancement of 54 days to October 1st, 2000. And in the F4 category, we saw India advance 1 month to January 1st, 2006, and Mexico advance 24 days to June 1st, 1999. Unfortunately, that is all the movement that we saw in the dates for filing chart. Moving on to employment-based preference categories, USCIS has instructed all applicants to use the final action dates chart for September. All EB1 categories remain current. So let's start with the EB2 category, where we saw China advance 3 months to July 1st, 2018, and India advanced 3 months to September 1st, 2011. For India, the EB3 and other workers categories both advanced 6 months to January 1st, 2014. For EB4, Mexico advanced 1 month to March 1st, 2020. And El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras advanced 2.5 months to March 15th, 2019. Note that the Bureau of Consular Affairs live stream is scheduled for August 19th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Charlie Oppenheim will likely have some important updates about September's Visa Bulletin as well as the projections for the next fiscal year. For those who would like to watch, I will include a link in the description below for the Department of State's YouTube channel. Note that if you have a visa question, you can actually write to Charlie Oppenheim directly to ask him to answer this question live. You can email your question to visabulletin@states.gov with the subject line, Live Chat with Charlie question. I will continue releasing new Visa Bulletin videos each month, so if you haven't yet subscribed, then be sure to do so you can catch the next one. I will also continue releasing important immigration news as it becomes available, so you don't want to miss a thing. Make sure you turn on your notifications. And if you haven't yet seen this video, click here to watch it next. Thanks, and I'll see you there.